Good morning. In this video, we will discuss more conditional operations, which is SLT and then SLTI. I means here immediate. Okay. So basically, what is your SLT? We call it set on less than. This is SLT. Set on less than. I here means it's immediate. Set on less than immediate. Okay. So it will be set on less than and then immediate. So when you have an immediate, you will be having a constant in the instruction. So that's the idea of immediate. So let's look into the set on less than first. So this set on less than, this instruction is used to compare two values, two register values. Is it the first register value less than the second register value? In case if it is less, we will have third register to be set to 1 or 0. That's what it says. It's called set on less than. If the value is less than another value, the register is set to 1. So that's the idea. When we see a syntax, you will have a clear idea of that. So let's see the syntax of SLT, set on less than first. Later we will discuss the set on less than I. That one later. Okay. The syntax says, write the opcode set on less than followed by the destination register. Let's call it destination register. Then you have source 1 register, comma, source 2 register. So this instruction looks quite similar to the branch less than, but this is not a branch instruction. Remember, last class we studied branch less than or equal. So that conditional branching instruction, it compares the register values, and if the condition is true, control is transferred to somewhere in your program. That is branching instruction. So here we are not doing any branching. We are comparing the two values. That's it. Okay. The two register values are compared and the third register is set to 1 or 0. So we are setting a value to a register. Okay, fine. So let's see one example. Let's assume register T1 value is 5 and register T2 value is 10. So you have two registers, T1 and T2. Remember the syntax is all the three operands are registers. Destination register, source 1 and 2. That means you are going to compare these two only. Okay. So the value of these two registers will be compared for less than. If the value is, if this value, the register value is less than this register value, this register will be set to 1. Okay, that's the idea. Let's see it here. So let's say set on less than register T0, register T1, register T2. So the idea here is, here, I'm just comparing the value. Let's assume the value of T1 is 5. The value of T2 is 10. Of course, T1 value is less than T2 value. Is it? I'm comparing for less than only. Is it the content of T1 less than content of T2? Yes. If the condition is true, remember, if the condition is true, set 1. Means set the value of the destination register to 1. In case if it is equal to false, set to 0. Which one I am going to set? The destination. I am talking about the destination register. If the source 1 value is less than source 2, then set the destination register to 1. Okay. So here T1 is 5. The content of T2 is 10. 5 less than 10. So you set the register T0 to 1. If it is not, you will set the value to 0. Okay, that's the thing. So now you set the value already. So what is the next procedure? So what to do with the value? So what are you going to do with the value? So here it is. You just have to use now branching. Okay, you have branch equal, branch not equal. Let me use branch equal. Branch EQ, okay. Register T0, if it is equal to 0, remember, I'm just using branch EQ. If you want, you can use branch NE, not equal. I'm using equal. Okay, equal means not here, this condition. If it is equal to 0 means the condition is false. This is false. Okay, so that's the meaning I'm using here. So branch equal, register T0, if it is equal to 0, I'm going to say, can I say no less? Okay, because it's not less. That means I use a label called no less. So, okay, so I'll go here. This is the instruction with the value no less. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to print a message saying that for example, let me put it, V0, 4, LA register A0, let's say message to syscall. So what is this message? I'm printing here that the register T1 is not less than register T2. So I'm printing a message here. Okay. In case if the condition is true, it goes here. If the condition is true, what is the condition? Register T0 is equal to 0. If the condition is false, it goes to the next line. So let me print another message. Register V0, 4. LA register A0, message 1 syscall. So this message says that, what is this message? For example, assume that this value is less than the value. Okay, the first value is less than second value. Here the message is first value not less than second value. That's what I call it, no less. And then let's use jump out. So to move outside. Okay then. So this is about the set on less than. So let's assume you have two registers, T1 and T2. Let's say T1 is 5, T2 is 10. So here I am comparing the value of T1 and T2. Is it T1 less than T2? I set T0 to 1. Okay, if the value of T1 is less than T2, T0 is set to 1. In case if the value of T1 is not less than T2, the value will be set to 0. I write here. If it is less than, the value is set to 1. True means value is set to 1. False means value is set to 0. Okay. After you set the value, what to do? You have to do something. You need to check. Is it set to 1 or is it set to 0? How do I know that it is set to 1 and 0? I need to use a branching. So I'm checking the same register. Can you see I'm using the same register? I'm checking. Is it the register T0 is 0? That means it's not less than. So I go to a label called no less and then I print a message. No, it's not less than second number. Okay, in case if the T0 is equal to 0, so the condition, not equal to 0, that means the condition is false. So it comes to the next statement, next line, and then it prints this message. It says that, yeah, the first number is less than the second number, a message, and then jump outside. Okay, so this is about set on less than. Okay, now more conditional operation will see SLTI, set on less than immediate. So what is the SLTI? You will have a immediate value in the instruction. So let's see the syntax of SLTI. You will have SLTI and then a destination register, and then you have the source register and a constant. So this is the idea. So you have a constant here. When you have a constant, you can see that that instruction is a immediate instruction. Just keep it in mind. So let's see an example. Let's assume that register T1 is 5. Okay. Now I'm going to compare. Set on less than immediate register T0, register T1, comma 20. So what is this? I'm comparing the content of register T1 with this constant. Okay. So here the value of T1 is 5. Is it less than 20? So here you are checking the value of T1, which is 5 less than 20. Of course, 5 is less than 20. If the condition is true, in the previous case I say that set to 1. F means set to 0. So if the condition is true, the destination register will be set to 1, or else it will be set to 0. So how do I know whether it is set to 1 or 0? You need to use a branch. So this time let me use branch not equal. You can use branch equal or branch not equal, whatever. So this time I'll use branch not equal. Register T0, register 0. We already studied this register. This register always contains a value 0. You can't change it. It's always 0. Okay. So I'm now checking. Is it T0 value not equal to this register value? They are not equal. Then you go to less. Okay then. Not equal to 0 means what? It is set to 1. Register T0 is set to 1. What do you mean by it is set to 1? The condition is true. That means T1 is less than 20. That's what I give a label less. So let me go to a label less in my program where I'm printing a message. Register T1 value is less than 20. Something like that. I print message. Print a message saying register what is that T1 value is less than 20. So here you know how to print a message using the syscall services. Okay then. In case if the condition is if the condition is true, it comes here. If in case if the condition is false, what do you mean by false? They are equal to 0. When you say equal to 0, the condition is false. See that's the case, it will be 0. T0 is 0 if the condition is false here, if it comes here. So here I print a message. Message printing saying that register T0 is not less than 20. So something like that. You print a message and then jump outside. So you go out. So here is the out. Okay then. So what are we doing? We assume that register T1 contains value 5. I'm now comparing T1 value with a constant. If T1 value is less than the constant, T0 is set to 1 or else it will be set to 0. So how do I know the destination register T0 is set to 1 or 0? I need to use a branch condition, branch instruction. Either you use a branch not equal or branch equal. So I use a not equal. So that same register T0 and then register 0. If T0 not equal to 0, go to a label less. So I go to a label less. I print a message here. I didn't write the instruction, but I think you can able to fill it. I print a message saying that the T0 value is less than the constant 20. Okay. In case if the condition branch not equal is false, it comes to the next instruction. There I print a message saying register T0 value is not less than the constant 20. After this, this is the false block statement, this is the true block statement. Remember, in if condition, I mean in branching, conditional branching, you need to have a jump in between, or else this block will be executed, also this block will be executed. So always you need to have a jump to the next statement following the conditional branching. Okay, so this is about the set on less than immediate.